Alright, something's going on outside if you hear it. I don't know. Ah, that time has come. Wonder Week is over. This is our fourth and final day. I forgot to upload yesterday's because I fell asleep editing it, but it'll be up today. Uh, yeah, we're at Wonder Woman 1984, and I managed to get here with zero spoilers. I just had one person I know who was like, watch that mid-credit scene. I'm like, I always do. That's all he said. That's all I had to go on. That and other people's reviews that I didn't watch, but their thumbnails, they always like this. Hmm. Or, hmm. And I always say, wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I know there's like a bit of subtext in there. What is to be expected? I mean, look at the creators of Wonder Woman. They were like the world's first throuple, right? And we know Wonder Woman's a freak, so I'm not surprised. But I don't think that's what people meant. It's not just for her either. So also with Cheetah, Kristen Wiig, like there's a bit of her, but another woman, like, because her thing is she wants to wear heels. Oh, spoilers by the way, because it's been out for almost a month now, and it's still be on HBO Max for 3 more days. So yeah, spoilers. Yeah, so she wants to wear heels and be like Diana. And Kristen Wiig, she's so good at what she does, you forget that she is so damn beautiful. You know, she really is. And you see what the heels, she's doing her thing. Even when she's whipping Diana's ass at one point, like, look good doing it, good. You know. So yeah, the plot is some rich oil tycoon. Yeah, it's nothing necessarily new in this movie. That's both a bad thing and a very, very, very good thing. Rich oil tycoon wants all the oil and power, so he makes it with some Greek god. Uh, and of course it backfires because the whole thing is the monkey's paw. Is the whole they even name drop it. That's the whole thing here. And yeah, it's also like Wishmaster, the '90s classic horror classic Wishmaster. Well, more specifically Wishmaster 2, because at the end he's granting Wishmaster on like a massive scale. Only Wishmaster 2, it ain't when it comes to effects in the finale. That finale had awesome fucking practical effects. This one had CGI, and it was not that good. Like it was all dark and like, Cheetah, because she was CGI. I get it. I mean, see, I get it. I'll take it. It could have been worse. You know, I wish they were brighter, but I get it. But yeah, so that's what this is. He's going around asking people what they want, granting their wish, but taking something that's eagerly or greater more value in return. You know, which leads me to his wish. It's like, what did he lose? Because it's not really confirmed whether or not he suffered for what he did. Because he almost killed everybody. That's a crime. And instead, he reunites with his son. Like, no. Anyway, so yeah, the story is that he wants all the power and the oil, and he uses this dream stone that Diana and Cheetah come across, and this came out in 1984. Not one Elm Street reference with this dream stone. Not one. Not one. It's always 84. Like there's a Spring Break, I think 84. There's American Horror Story 1984. Wonder Woman 1984. I mean, it was a good year for movies. Not so much for DC movies, but it was a good year for movies. Yeah. So they come across this dreamstone that grants wishes, and then Oil Tycoon dude, his wish is to become the stone. And so that's the whole movie. Them trying to stop him or get him to undo the wish. And this is how Steve Trevor comes back. Because I'm like, how's Chris Pine back? That's how. And he's in a whole different body, like Ghost. Like You know the scene where Whoopi turns into Patrick Swayze and then they kiss, him and Demi Moore, and then he turns back to Whoopi and she's like, "What the fuck?" Like that's what I was thinking. Like, because this other dude was ripped out of some other place with his own life, and now he's Steve Trevor. I don't know. And then he bumps into the dude at the end. They have a nice conversation. Then he keeps on moving. One of the few dudes that doesn't hit on Diana or Cheetah for that matter. Yeah. So I don't know. But he's better in this, Steve Trevor. I actually like him in this one. He's actually fucking funny in this one. I mean, when Diana's explaining Radar to him, she's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, they can see us now. He was like, what? Yeah, day, night, land, sea, whatever, they can see us. He's like, well, shit, Diana. Because this thing is, he died in like 1918 or something, 1940. Like, so he's been gone a while. He just comes back to 1984 trying to adjust and all that. You've seen this before. But he's funny, though. He's actually funny and likable. Sometimes he does that low, talking, whispery thing, and it's still fucking annoying. But he's better this time. And speaking of jets, yes, the fucking invisible jet is in this. I'll admit, they actually made it look cool. Still a dumb idea, and thankfully, mercifully, finally, Wonder Woman fucking flies. Finally, it was so cool. She used her lasso to lasso a fucking jet and hits it right on that like Spider-Man, which is another theme of this movie. And just like flies stuff. As he strikes the Superman pose while he's flying, I mark the fuck out. Cause you know how the first one they was greatly influenced by Christopher Reeve's movies, his Superman movies. This one was too. More so the sequels, not even the good ones, but this one was too. Which will lead to that mid-credit scene. But yeah, and so another way, like they reference Christopher Reeve is all these warheads, and all the warheads of the entire planet are just going off. Shit's going down. People dropping dead from heart attacks. Motherfuckers being slaughtered. Ran over. It's crazy. Because this dude just wants chaos. And all the warheads go off on the planet. And the politicians are like, what the fuck? And they just stop once dude makes his final wish and undoes all that. It just stops. And they saw the missiles blowing up. And everyone's fine. No one got killed or, you know, radiates. But it's fine. Like Superman 4, remember? When Superman got all nuclear missiles and just launched the motherfuckers into the sun, and everyone and everything survived that. And they actually questioned that in the movie. Like, everyone didn't die. No. Science. No. See how science works. But okay. So yeah. And it is still nice and bright, colorful, no brooding. This movie's so fun from the beginning, from that beginning scene where she's whooping ass in the mall, which people got nerve to complain about. It's 1984. Malls were huge in the 80s. Like, didn't Tiffany and Debbie Gibson have a feud because they both performed in malls almost exclusively? That's how they did it. That's how they became huge. Where you go, that's accurate to me. Not like at the beginning, she's taking out security cameras at a retcon. Because people are like, where the fuck was she in Man of Steel? She's been there the whole time. She's just taking out cameras. But then later on, about halfway through, she's just talking to Steve Trevor, you know, openly about her powers as far as some people. And like it's nothing. Like, why'd you break cameras then? Why? You're just gonna talk openly about me? Okay. But yeah. And it's set in '84, and yeah, there's '80s stuff in there, but it's not as '80s as you think. It's not like I was expecting, I don't know, a Thor Ragnarok type of thing where it's bad. This is fucking awesome '80s. It's not. It is, but it's like only one '80s song plays. And that's why Frankie says relax, and it ain't the song you're thinking of. Okay? I had to Shazam it, like, oh, that's Frankie says relax. Okay. Like, yeah, you see references like the computers and electronics, mostly clothing, but it's not in your face '80s like, say, American Horror Story 1984, which I'm very mixed on. It's a whole other, you know? Uh, and people are complaining that you just barely see Wonder Woman in this movie. It's mostly Diana. Well, she lost her powers because of the whisk, her whisk. So yeah, you ain't gonna see her until she figures that out. It's the whole thing. And he's trying to convince her, you gotta give this up. You gotta give me up. Be Wonder Woman again. Which was explained other stuff from other movies. Just like, but people weren't connecting the dots. They're just talking shit. You know. I mean, it's not like, say, I don't know, Turbo Power Rangers movie where you don't see the Power Rangers to the very fucking end for like a couple of minutes. It ain't that. Like, you see her throughout the movie a little bit. Like, you see her, like, and every time you see her, it's awesome. The mall scene, the White House scene, which again, her and Cheetah, damn. Like, she whipped Wonder Woman's ass. And it was just was like, wow. Just wow. Oh, and I like that just shows Wonder Woman being shot because she absolutely can't be shot and stabbed and all of that. It's just a matter of you being quick enough to do that. But since she lost her powers, yeah, you see her get taking bullets and stuff. She's not Bruce Willis or nothing, but you see her get shot a few times and I guess slowly heal. But yeah, I like that they show that. And the finale, as I said, terrible CGI. And the final fight should have been with the Tycoon, but it was with Cheetah. It was an okay fight. I was actually rooting for Cheetah because I really grew to like that character. Not just because she's Stone Cold Fox and rocks the heels, I didn't know, but because I liked what they did with her. Like, she started out as a character that we've seen before, especially in DC Comics movies, like Jamie Foxx in Amazing Spider-Man, Jim Carrey in Batman Forever, uh, uh, Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns. Characters that are somewhat obsessed with the hero. They become cool for a bit. Shit happens. Then they want to kill him. It's kind of that, but not in a way. Like, because she doesn't want to give up her power. She doesn't want to quit being Cheetah. That's why she almost like wants to like almost kill Wonder Woman if need be, because her wish was to be actually like Diana. And she didn't want to give that up because she's this dorky, nerdy girl who couldn't walk in heels before. Now she's fucking power walking, whooping ass, and turning dudes' heads, mine included. You know, and it's not till the actress gets her ass whipped and shit's going crazy that I guess she gives up her whip. Like, you see a look on her face, like, what? You know? Like, I was really rooting for Cheetah, and I don't know much about Cheetah. I know there's, like, more than one. Like, with most characters, including Wonder Woman and Superman, there's, like, more than one. Almost all of them are villains. I think one of them is a hero, or at least an anti-hero, I believe. So I want to see that for her as she comes back. Really did like this character. Uh, and I think that's all I want to talk about for the movie itself. Let's talk about that mid-credit scene. Like that. Okay, there's a scene in the movie where they explain that gold armor you see in the trailer belongs to an Amazon name. Let me get the name right. Asteria. Okay. And when they only showed her from like up, from here up. And I had a thought. I was like, that's a missed opportunity. That could have been Lucy Lawless or Kathleen Crosby or Linda Carter. You know. And then this movie shut my mouth up, didn't it? Because in the mid-credit scene, you see somebody follow somebody, and yet you see a woman in blue walking. I guess the movie wants to believe it's Diana. Like, I knew it wasn't. I just knew. And she goes, phew. I'm like, whoa. At first, I thought it was Nubia. I did. I like, we're getting Nubia? Wow. Okay, finally, because she was supposed to be in that Linda Carter movie, but that didn't happen. So like, oh, we'll put her TV series. It never happened. That action, everything. And of course, they gave her story to someone else entirely in the Catholic Crosby movie, and she's not black. So I'm like, finally, we get Nubia. And she turns around, and it's Linda Carter. That's who Asteria. Yeah, that's who Asteria was the whole time. So I was kind of right, and I marked out so hard. I'm not gonna lie, I actually cried. Tears were running down. I'm like, oh, you know. And people got nerve talking about that cameo. Even if they like it, they're like, I don't like it, but like, no. You forget how much these movies reference or are influenced by Christopher Reeve's movies. Because what she does, she saves this woman and her child. Woman says, "Thank you. How'd you do that?" And she introduces herself. She says, "I'm Artheria." And she goes, "But how'd you do that?" And she explains it, and then says, "But I've been doing this for a long time." And then winks at the camera. It's perfect. And do you know why it was perfect? Because what did Christopher Reeve do at the end of every single Superman movie? Even Brandon Routh did it, because that's technically Christopher Reeve's Superman. He did it, even in his movie, even last year in Crisis. He did it. Flew in space and winked to the camera. Yeah. Between seeing Linda Carter again, which I love her as Wonder Woman from watching the old TV show and just watching that movie, and that reference that so far nobody's picked up. That was a Christopher Reeve reference, I'm sure. Tears were just full. I was like, oh, I loved it. I loved it. Speaking of Crisis, there was a heavy rumor that Wonder Woman was supposed to show up. And like Linda Carter, she's in the CW verse, but she didn't show up. I know we're getting a Wonder Girl TV series. We have a Wonder Girl on Titans. And we're getting another kind of Wonder Girl, Wonder Woman thing. I don't know, man. But I love that Linda Carter is fucking back, and she made a reference, a nod to Christopher Reeve. I already like this movie. That put it way off the top for me. What this movie was, and I like that. A lot of people are complaining that it's way over the top, too over the top, too cheesy, too zany. And it's like, well, after what, fucking 15 years of every single superhero movie, especially on the DC side, trying to be the Dark Knight, I think this is well deserved. Okay, very well deserved. And I love this movie. Even more so because of that scene. Like, I love this movie. I had so much fun with it. This is my kind of superhero movie. Like, I felt like I identified with Wonder Woman, man. Mostly because she was channeling Christopher Reeve. But still, when she did the pose, I'm like, hell fucking yeah! Like, I always do Superman do it. And Linda Carter thing, and I loved it. Better than the first one for me. Again, I don't like war movies. So, I loved it. Steve Trevor was better. Comedy was way the fuck better. Okay. And it's not a war movie. Thankfully. I don't know what else to say. I love this movie. I gave Wonder Woman 2017 a B minus. It's an A plus. Because they're still not an A plus. What the fuck? No. Like it that much. B plus. I'm sorry. It's a B plus. That would have been an A. Like, but that like that's too much. Too over. No, it's just a B plus because there's still some problems with it. But I watch this over the first one any day. This is my second favorite one of all the Wonder Woman movies I've been watching. Right, this is right up there, man. Like with the animated one, I loved it. People are tearing it apart, man. It's like, well, first they're like, oh, this DC movies are way too dark and gritty. Now it's like, this is too light. This is too cheesy. Don't fuck it up, okay? We're finally fear that shit. Don't fuck it up. Anyway, that was my review. Wonder Woman, 1984.